Hey everybody, welcome back to the freaking weekend episode. I think this is our 7th episode, Jackie.
But who's counting?
Hey
everybody.
I'm your host, Geoff Banson.
And I'm your better host, Jackie Lucas. I'm just kidding.
Did you stay up late thinking about that?
It just came to my head because I've had another day. I feel like every time we do this podcast, it's just the mom life thing. I've had a day. But I wanted you to introduce us.
When have we not done this and had a day? I feel like it's maybe it's because, we're
doing it at night now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that. Maybe the time of week we record too. I don't know. But in any case, we're here. We're kicking. And ready for another
kicking.
We're still kicking. And for another fun podcast. I almost wasn't kicking because of something that happened earlier this week, and that's kind of going to be the theme of our episode this week, which is going to be driving on this freaking island, especially right after winter, where things are just about as bad as they could be. But I mean, the overall state of affairs of just trying to get from point A to point B here, Jackie. I feel like it gets worse and worse every year.
Yeah. So that's the teaser of the topic. But before that, I just want to say, I started a new job today.
I thought about it at some point this week.
The dog's barking again, obviously.
Well, she's happy for you. So, or he. I don't know which one it is.
It's tell. Buddy, obviously, okay. The problem child.
The problem child. It crossed my mind this week, and I was going to ask you about it, but then I was like, I feel like she's going to just do it on the podcast this week, so I wanted it to happen organically, so go. That's amazing.
Yes, but here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you where it is. So, okay, but here's the thing.
I mean, didn't you kind of allude to it like a week or two ago? So now
I did.
You're just and then keeping us hanging on.
Today was my first day. So this is a Thursday. It's
Can
great
we get
great to be part of a team again.
Good.
Eventually, I will still be on TV.
That makes one of us.
And it's only going to be a couple days a week. And then on the side, I'm going to do my business that I started and everything. And it's kind of the perfect balance of still being able to be creative and connect with people and tell stories and also prioritize my family. So on Monday, Buddy's super excited because I made meatballs and he wants them and they're on the countertop.
There's your first
that's
mistake
why.
right
Yeah,
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Monday I will be posting on social media about I'll be revealed in my new position, and I'm very grateful and blessed and excited about it.
I'm very happy to hear that. I'm excited for what this next chapter has in store for you. So I know you were itching to get back on. I mean, I was itching to get back into some sort of media myself. But you see, Buddy knows. Buddy, he feels the energy.
You're going to have to put yourself on speaker view so I can go over there and take the food off the...
All right.
Why don't you do that?
We're good.
Listen, if anybody ever wanted to know what life was really like and how we were in real life, like this and what is going on, you know what I mean? Because... we were always so relatable just because we, spoke when we, in our former TV jobs and stuff. But I think that everybody gets the idea of kind of like how we are in real life, for reals now.
Real. That's the key word.
He got a dirty sock off the, He took a dirty sock off the countertop.
I'm on speaker mode right now, so go do your thing. Go do
All
your
right,
thing.
Let me go. Let me do
you
that.
have to stop talking because otherwise...
No, I have to stop talking.
You do. Okay. Oh, God, how long I've wanted to say those words. And she can't hear me, but she will later when she listens back to the podcast. All right. Solo for a bit here. Very happy for Jackie. Nice to start off the podcast with some good news. So, yeah. A couple of minutes ago, we teased what the theme of the episode was going to be, and she's back. My 5 seconds of fame, 15 seconds of fame here. All right.
I couldn't hear what you were saying, and I'm sure I'm going to need maybe another 30 seconds. So it's all.
Well, you have to just listen back to the podcast and find that little gap. No, the gap.
the Gab, aka Gab.
Listen, I make no denials that I like to talk and I'm good at it and can talk to a brick wall. But Jackie, you're good at talking too. Let's not.
Wait. Okay. So did you ever calculate the amount of time that you spoke during the podcast, and then me? You said that you could calculate, right?
There are. If I isolated the audio tracks.
Okay.
There are certain things that can like see how many, I guess when there's, I don't know if it subtracts the dead air. I could do it if I had time, but I don't have any time for anything. As we talked about last week, I have barely any time for myself. So, no, but I mean, I look when I'm editing and I see your track and your spikes and I see my track and my spikes. They're not as far off as you probably would think. So.
All right. So there's the teaser for me.
There's not a lot of dead air, period,
Never.
between either of us. So I mean, but that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Dead air is bad. That's like
remember
don't go to black.
Have,
don't go to have don't have dead air as radio number one. Don't go to black as like TV 101. So
remember when we'd have coaching sessions and they're like, yeah, maybe you just need to all just pivot and get to the points quicker. And they're like, oh, okay.
Be like, oh, you're talking to the wrong duo here. Then yeah, if you want the point.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the point of this podcast where we're talking about Long Island roads. As my dog is sitting at a bar stool at the countertop of the island, about to steal food off the countertop.
Listen, if it keeps him quiet, I'm all for it.
He's smelling the Easter eggs right now. He's the Easter eggs, the colored Easter eggs.
What
he's
a show
smelling
stealer.
them.
It's unbelievable.
He's honestly,
unbelievable.
The show stealer. Oh wait, hold on. Now he's sniffing the plate of meatball sauce.
I know who's going to come out on top in this episode of amount of
the
time speaking about their
of
pet.
butter, buddy. Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, we are gonna. I'll let Jackie collect as Buddy distracts her.
He's literally on top of the countertop right now.
But navigating the roads of the greater Long Island area is, I mean, New York City in general, and I'm sure the Hudson Valley, New Jersey, all fall under this umbrella. But I don't know. I don't work for the highway department. I don't know what everybody uses to pave their roads. All I know is it's just patch city. Everything's a patch job. And I think we're at the point where there are more patches than actual road on some of the roads to the point where it's just bump, 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 bump.
I actually feel like I just started seeing the crews out patching, and we drove all the way out east on the LIE for a lacrosse game over the weekend, like maybe last weekend or 2 weekends ago. And I swear you were dodging craters the whole time on the LIE. And it was... I was just going to say, our former colleague, Bill Corbell, posted about it the other day, said exactly the same thing. No, because it's literally like every 5 seconds is a ginormous pothole, and then you have how many lanes of traffic and you can't swerve because, you're going to get into an accident. Right. And it's crazy. And not for nothing, listen, was the snow and the ice even that bad this winter that we have so many potholes? Because that's basically what it is they treat the roads and then they plow the roads, and after time that kind of like diminishes the asphalt or whatever whatever the pavement is, and that's how these potholes get born, I guess, or uncovered.
Well, I mean, I'll go a little bit further in depth, and I only have this knowledge because it kind of falls under the weather umbrella, so I've had to make
take it away. Take me off speaker view so I can take my dog off the countertop and you can give everybody a weather lesson.
I mean,
it's
not
for
really
you.
Well, we've been on dual view this whole time. I took us off speakerphone or view.
I'm saying
ago.
Though, take me now off speaker.
Take me now.
He's literally on the countertop.
Well, anyway, I mean, it's more or less what you said. The plowing comes into play because a lot of times they're scraping the roads and the roads are already at a weakened state. But the general rules of thumb for pothole formation, you get some kind of moisture. It goes into the cracks that already exist in the road. then the temperature drops below freezing, it freezes, then it thaws, so it compromises the asphalt. And then the cars drive over these weakened spots. It crumbles. You get things like plows. The salt, also. I mean, the constant brining and salting, and these crews aren't taking any chances now. I was driving into work a couple of months ago.
Taking a picture.
Looks like you're taking a picture of yourself. It's funny.
No, I'm taking a picture of Buddy so I can post to all our listeners and viewers.
So I love it. So I was driving to work a couple of months ago, and I kid you not, the temperature on my dashboard was 45 degrees. So everything that was falling, at least for the first few hours, was nothing but rain. So, and I'm stuck behind a salt truck that morning. And they're literally, and usually salt trucks, they stay in the same lane, and then you pass them when you can. You get pelted a little bit, but you pass them. These guys, they were flanked by auxiliary cop cars, and they weren't letting, it was the city. I was going to the city.
Yeah.
They would not let you pass. I'm like, these guys really, really being jerks right now. But on top of all that, as I was saying, they are not taking any chances, because if they were, they probably wouldn't be out doing that salt. Or if they had, I don't know where they're getting their weather info from, but the temperature was going to be above freezing for through 9, 10 a.m. and then it was going to change over to snow. So the fact that they put it down, then it rained for a little bit, probably washes it away. It kind of defeats the purpose. But you don't want to hear, I mean, we had that really bad November. It was like an early season winter storm. It wasn't a lot, but it was ice and a little bit of snow, and there were so many accidents, thousands of accidents around the area. So I don't think anybody wants that on their watch. So of course, they do what they did do, and they salt. But again, that compromises the roads. We get all these potholes. I saw a really funny little, the one image comic the other day. And it was this couple driving, and they're in a giant, massive crater pothole. And she goes, "Look out, honey. There's a piece of road in this pothole."
Yeah, pretty much.
It's more pothole than road at this point. Anyway.
Well, even the side streets, the side streets, some of the regular neighborhood streets are terrible
not much
right
better.
now.
That's the crazy thing.
Terrible.
I don't remember them being as bad as the main roads.
And then you have to sit there and you have to complain how many years to the town before anything gets done, to get your little, street repaved and safe and stuff.
I think they're becoming a little more responsive, but just to go patch it up,
No, it's to patch it up, but that doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't. What really needs to be done is these roads need to be repaved completely. But that creates traffic nightmares. Imagine, I remember when I was a kid and Sunrise Highway was shut down for a year. And I remember having to drive on the service road with my parents. But again, at least there's a service road, and I guess the expressway has service roads. But imagine shutting down a major road like that for a long period of time, unless you're doing night work, but you have to completely shut it down unless I guess you just pave one lane at a time. They got to do something.
That's one of my pet peeves is that, when was this? Hold on. It was recently. I was driving somewhere during the day. I think it was 11 o'clock, maybe 10 something in the week. And I'm on the northern state, and I just don't understand why they're doing road work and shutting down lanes and causing all traffic backups. Almost still pretty peakish time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
10, 11 o'clock,
Yeah,
it's people are still driving and have places to go, and there's one lane or both lanes, and then and you know what happened? This was near Round Swamp exit on the northern. They were doing work, pothole, patches and everything. So everybody's then, because traffic was backed up, got off of the Round Swamp Road exit, and I did too as well. And everybody was just so frazzled and frustrated because we all have places to be and we're all 5 minutes late, kind of thing. That I guess at that light, getting off the exits, something happened and there was an accident there. So then not only was the northern backed up, but then there was an accident on the off ramp too. So then I wound up twirling back around to get back on the northern to wait on the line, that whatever, because between the potholes and then just people having,
That leads me to my next point, and it's...
Oh, yeah. Wait, is this your story?
Sort of. And
Okay.
it does involve the northern state, but I just want to start with the fact that it's not just... We can blame the potholes till the cows come home. Whether they're going to get fixed or whether there's a long-term solution, I really don't know the answer. But I almost want to go to like a town hall one of these days. I'm in my community now. I kind of have roots here for a couple of years. I feel like now I can, go to like a meeting and kind of verbalize and express my opinions. The last thing you want to do is be like, move in for a week. Okay, we need this change, this. You kind of see how a town operates in 2, 3, 4 years, and you can kind of, make helpful suggestions, I think, at that point. So I might do that because there are some really bad roads in my town. That's the other thing. What jurisdiction does it fall into?
Well,
because
that's what I was just thinking, because some are county roads, some are state roads, some
right,
are town roads. So then you
roads.
have to basically distinguish like who you need to complain to.
Well, that's another. Yeah, I was told a couple of years ago that actually, if you hit a pothole on a certain road, you can if your car goes out of alignment, you can actually send like the state. I think if it's a state road,
A DOT
or
road,
an interstate, I think you can send them the bill. If you document, if you take a picture of the pothole, if you maybe give a geolocation and show exactly where it is.
Disclaimer for the freaking weekend: we are not fact checkers, so you need to check your own facts on
please.
this. So
Yes.
what we say is not 100% facts. So make sure you check that. So don't
Just
be
like the
don't
weather
get mad
models. Just like the weather models. It's not gospel.
What a job
So
to have to be like a chance that the state will pay you back. A chance of rain.
It's a story for another episode, and don't open
Yeah,
up
oh my God, that's
don't
a
open
great-
up that rabbit hole right now.
Okay, so here's the thing. Because you had a scary moment this week. So talk about your commute, because you drive into the city now sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Or all the time?
No.
Or-
I drive to the train station.
Oh, was that to the train? You were driving to the train station when that happened?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I split my time between a couple of different train stations. Some stations offer more trains than others. So
But you're
I was,
near in Huntington, right? So why don't you just
without
go to
giving
Huntington?
away exactly where I'm going, Jackie, I'm just saying sometimes I go to some stations, sometimes I go to other stations.
I mean
that offer-
Ronkonkoma.
Yeah, okay. That offer other trains. So I have a bit of a pick because I'm not all the way up north, so I'm a little bit further south, so I can go to a couple of different stations that are almost equidistant. Or I can drive west. I can just go west, and usually the traffic doesn't hit until like western Nassau County, but I've got options. Let's just leave it at that. And I was on the way to the train on Monday. It was raining. I was driving at I guess maybe like 5 miles an hour faster than you might want to go during the rain. I know you want to reduce your speed, but it wasn't raining heavily. It was kind of misting at that point. So we were all just kind of flowing along. There was and the Northern State, if you're listening and you're from Long Island or ever lived here at one point in your life, you are familiar with the Northern State. It's not like the expressway. It is windy. It is curvy. It's 2 lanes. In our part of Long Island anyway. And so you don't get always great visibility of things down the road. Now, I didn't have Waze on that morning either because Waze tells you if there are things in the road or accidents or, whatever, traffic ahead. So I didn't have that on. I had that going against me. The weather was going against me. Or maybe it was going for me. I'll explain in a second. But I was behind an SUV and it kind of just... It didn't swerve or anything. It kind of changed lanes quickly because it saw what was ahead of me, what was ahead of us. And I didn't see it until it was kind of too late. And I couldn't go into the right lane because I saw there was someone behind me kind of to my, if you're looking forward, I guess that's to my like 4 o'clock. So I didn't want to risk hitting that person It was a mattress. It was like my greatest fear. Like we always see
mattress.
Stupid people
yes.
trying to hold mattresses on, tie them down. I never understood it. I never will. And I was just like, God help me if I ever come into a situation where it's me and a mattress and I'm going fast and I can't get out of the way. And I saw it coming and I said, oh boy, here we go. And I drive a little Mazda. I don't drive a car that's way off the road. So I was like, this is going to be bad. The last thing I thought in my head, I wouldn't go as far as to say my life flashed before my eyes, but it was like really scary and I was really floored. And I just gripped the wheel as tight as I could. I was braking I didn't want to slam on the brakes because I didn't want to skid. But I would say I probably hit it, still was going like 40, 50 miles an hour. I was probably going like 60, 65, pretty average speed. Although I know people who do 70, 80 on that road, which just blows my mind because that road is not meant for you to go that fast. But yeah.
Wait, so this is the northern state? There's a mattress? Hold on.
Yeah, northern state, there's a mattress. Like if you're trying to transport a mattress in like on top of a truck or maybe in a flatbed truck or on top of a car, you think you take some side roads.
Well, and two, like how scary, because we'll get to your brace for impact, but like on the LIE, you have like a bunch of lanes and it's pretty straight. So you could kind of maybe maneuver, possibly have a little bit more chance to avoid something. Yep. But on the northern state, when it, like you said, it's that windy and it's only 2 lanes.
It's narrow.
There's
no shoulder.
The only option is for you to hit this, I guess, at this point.
Yes. And I knew it was coming and I said, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And so I hit it. I'm wondering how many people, if I was the first person to hit it or it had been hit before, if other people had run over it, maybe it would have been compromised a little bit where it would have squished a little easier. And speaking of squished, maybe it was saturated. I don't know when it fell off. It could have been in the middle of the night, could have been, 5 minutes before I got there. I don't know. I didn't, it wasn't like I saw it fly off of someone's car. Maybe it being saturated made it give a little bit easier rather than getting lodged under the car. And maybe then you either go that was my fear, like going airborne, something like that. And who knows if I survive and if I go airborne in a little tuna can that I drive. Spinning out would have been bad too.
Oh my gosh!
You either hit the wall, you hit a tree, someone else hits you.
Is this the right or the left lane? Did you say? I
was in the left lane. Yes, and it's so funny because I posted about this just because I wanted to be like, oh my God, I couldn't even believe. 15 minutes later when I'm actually on the train, believe it or not, I was able to drive the car, keep driving to the train station, park it, and get on the train. And then I kind of collected my thoughts on the train. I hit it, big thud, and it was a straight line. I was still going straight. I didn't even have to regain control or anything. So I don't know. I would love to do some research into the physics of what is supposed to happen. You make I had all those thoughts of what could have happened, but I kept going. I did hear the bumper dragging on the road. I heard, so I knew that was fucked up. Pardon my language. Am I allowed to say that?
I think you're gonna have to bleep that out.
I may have to. The magic of editing. That won't be hard. No, I
never curse. So.
We're all adults. So every now and then one slips by, but we're trying to be good about it too here with the newborn because now he's gonna start picking up stuff. So.
Oh, forget it. You're down the.
We have I keep telling my wife we need a swear jar.
You need your grown up swear jar.
Yeah, and that goes into Lucas College Fund. So I hit it, and when I parked, I was able to look under and see it was all the plastic stuff. Completely shredded. The bumper was cracked. The wheel well was sticking out. But the alignment was okay. I didn't feel now I needed to turn the wheel to go straight or anything like that. I'm driving it. I drove it today. My mechanic was able to kind of Frankenstein the front end together so it was drivable today, and we have some parts coming that it needs, but it doesn't look like anything critical was damaged. I mean, talk about being lucky on top of being lucky. I would have been okay with a messed up car with my health and my life, but
well, we are glad you're okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it was just crazy because I had always seen people. You see the people with the mattress on their roof, and you're always like kind of just like, I'm gonna get away from this car because of what could happen, and you never think it's gonna happen to you until it does. And it was funny because when I made the post, people were like, I heard about it on the radio. So clearly this was impacting lots of people. And you want to hear something funny? This is a really funny story. Or I guess coincidental, ironic, I don't know, coincidence. Someone stopped came to a dead stop behind this mattress, slowed the whole left lane behind him. Meanwhile, cars are still zipping by in the right lane at like 70 miles an hour. And that was a point I was going to make before, is like, we're complaining about our roads, which they kind of suck, but we also kind of suck as drivers on Long Island. We are not that we're bad drivers. We don't know how to take it easy. Take it easy. We don't know how to slow down. But yes, people whipping by. This guy gets out and pushes the mattress to the side of the road.
That's great.
And I know this because my wife's boss was in the car 2 cars behind this guy. And so he watched it happen. I'm like, what are the odds we were both semi-impacted by this mattress in the same morning?
Well, here's the question. Here's the question everybody wants to know. Was it a full-size mattress? Was it a queen mattress? Was it a king?
It didn't look like a twin. It didn't look like a twin. It took up the whole lane, so it was at least a full. It was at least a full.
Was it a California?
I don't think it was a king either. I think it was probably either a full or a queen.
Full or a queen. But
I didn't exactly have a lot of,
gauge.
People were like asking me questions. I'm like, honestly, I was just like, what just happened? What the heck just happened? Like, I didn't even think to look in my rearview mirror to see if someone else had to make an evasive maneuver behind me. So,
it's funny. It's funny because like you were saying that you braked a little bit before you braced for the impact. And then you try to think like,
just a little bit.
But like when you hit patches of ice, like you're supposed to, maneuver the car a certain way and almost like kind of not brake, right? Like, is that?
I mean, the analog brake takes care of that. But as far as if you skid and you start going out of control,
if you're
you have to turn into the, like if you're skidding out and your back is kind of fishtailing right, rather than steer opposite that, you want to turn into it.
Yeah, but it's funny how like you kind of like know, okay, if I hit a patch of ice, but if I hit a mattress.
When we're sitting here just, shooting the breeze about this,
here he goes, wants to curse some more.
Easy. Stop. It's so easy. Oh yeah, of course I know what to do. But when it happens,
I'm not saying I don't.
No. Yeah, hold on. I'm going somewhere. No, I'm saying it's just easy to talk about it. We're like, yeah, I know what to do. Yeah, you know what to do if we were to get in the situation. But when you're actually in the situation, you just kind of freeze up, and because you're like, oh crud, I'm about to hit this thing, or oh crud, I'm losing control. Like, I guess it's kind of the fight or flight. Like your instincts kick in. But I'm sure there are many people that just kind of freeze up and don't know what to do, and it's just such a scary situation. So you have to hope that your whatever in you takes over knows to do that right thing, and then just hope for the best. So, I don't know. But we're here. We're here. We're freaking the weekend again.
We're happy that Geoff is here for the freaking weekend. And I'm sure that everybody has either complaints about the roads or potholes or crazy driving experiences. So please comment on our Facebook and YouTube links and subscribe and listen to us on all the platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes. What else are we on? Do we know anything else that we're on?
Google Podcasts.
Ooh, Google Podcasts and stuff. It's so fancy.
Somebody called it Jujel.
All right, that's awesome. And send us some topic information too. We keep saying and teasing that we have guests coming up, and
we do.
We do. We have like a bunch of people, amazing guests lined up. It's just that like we're trying to figure out hammer out my schedule and Jeff's schedule so that we can come back to the guests and basically be like, this is the day and the time. And because we both have kids and jobs and life, it's getting difficult, but it's coming and we're excited about it.
Yeah, we're doing it. But yeah, definitely, I would love to. I know a lot of people commented on the thread on the post that I made about it. Some stories that they had regarding mattresses, and there's actually, if you want to go check it out, there's a funny, there's a Jerry Seinfeld skit where he's like, we, as adults, we take on these superhero, auras. And he's like, my favorite is, the people who are, they've got their hand out the window and they're holding down that mattress, and they don't think that when they're cruising along at 60 miles an hour and the wind just gets under it and that thing takes off, oh, nope, got it. I'm holding it down. It's not going anywhere.
The Christmas tree, everything else. Oh my gosh.
Just pay, people, come on, pay the $20 an hour Home Depot truck to rent a truck and do it the right way.
Definitely.
It's worth someone's life potentially, saving a couple cups of coffee to do it the right way. But anyway, have you ever had I wanted to ask you, have you ever had something crazy like that happen on the roads to you?
Nothing
where
like
the
that.
Object,
no.
Yeah.
No. I'm sure tomorrow will be my day.
No, don't say that.
But yeah, let's knock on wood. And
I think, hey, listen, if I could say anything to anybody out there besides don't put a mattress on your roof or don't do it haphazardly, consider maybe just going a little slower, being more courteous to your fellow drivers on the road. I think we're New Yorkers. We're rush a mile a minute, so we tend to go a little bit faster than we should. Some of the roads around here are not made for it, like you can get away going probably 80 on the expressway, but like the southern state, the northern state, how windy they are, they're just not meant for that. So
no, absolutely
everybody
not.
just needs to take a deep
Let's
breath.
Take a deep breath and maybe just give yourself, say, okay, I'm going to leave a couple minutes earlier so I'm not so stressed to get to where I am. It's easier said than done because the thing, but that's your little assignment. We could all be better drivers on the road, everybody, and protect ourselves and each other at the same time.
Mrs. Lucas is issuing homework.
That's it. That is your homework assignment, to take a deep breath, leave a couple minutes earlier so you're not rushing. And this is what I got from the Stephanie Rose podcast, where I need to find a little zen in me. But let's wrap up this episode and look out for my tease on Monday for my.
Can you tell me off air? Can you tell me off camera?
Okay. Maybe.
Okay.
All right. But we appreciate everybody. Thank you for joining us again on this freaking weekend. Hope you make the best of the weekend. I'm Jackie Lucas.
Dry weather this weekend, and actually kind of spring-like temperatures, which I haven't been able to say for a while.
That's another podcast event of no spring.
Spring in New York. It's not spring. It's spring for like a week, and then it's summer.
Exactly. Winter to summer.
Oh boy. It's going to be 90 soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, it's you. Sign off. It's all you, since you got to say the hello. Sign us off tonight.
I mean, I trust you at this point. Like, I would feel good now that you've seen how to properly intro the podcast. I would expect that you could outro us.
All right.
Let's do it.
So, on behalf of me, Jackie, and you, Geoffrey... That's why I'm going to
just say the podcast name right. That's all. I don't even care about my name anymore.
We appreciate the freaking weekend. Appreciates you tuning in to our podcast. And we're going to sign off now. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and your week. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week, everybody. Have a good one.